Hello there.
In this video, we are going to talk about Mothra and her role in Godzilla X Kong. We're going to talk about some major leaks surrounding Mothra's character. We're going to talk about the role that she plays in the movie, how she awakens and how she is summoned in the film, and like I said, the role that she plays in the final battle. We have a lot to go over. We're also going to get into some of Skar King's motivations in the movie and his hunt to get to the surface world. If you guys are new to my channel and you enjoy my MonsterVerse content, then consider subscribing. I got a lot of Godzilla X Kong leaks to cover, so let's get into it.
The Atomic Fair.
So huge spoiler warning, if you guys do not want Godzilla X Kong spoiled, then click off this video now. But let's kind of talk about Mothra and the role that she is going to play in the movie. So it says an ancient tribe of Iwi are revealed to have survived deep in the hollow earth. They foresaw Skar King's return, so they used Jaya to summon Mothra, whom they discover in an underground Iwi temple guarded by webbing. Skar King leads his troop to the Iwi's home in an attempt to find a way to the surface. So we know that we have already pretty much seen this in the trailer. We have seen shots of the Iwi tribe and of the crystals and of their temple, and maybe even a shot of Mothra's cocoon that she is going to be reborn out of, should I say. But yeah, it seems like the Iwi tribe are worshipping a cocoon of Mothra, waiting for it to hatch and sort of summoning her back to life. Now, is this going to be the fire Mothra that I've talked about in former leaks, or is this just going to be a new version of Mothra, or even the same Mothra that we've already seen? We don't know for sure. I have a funny feeling this is going to be a fire Mothra, but this leak doesn't really say what the design is going to be or if it's going to be any different. But it does say this. It says that Skar King leads his troop to the Iwi's home in an attempt to find a way to the surface. So I don't know if this battle that's going to ensue here is going to have Mothra involved, but it seems like Skar King's motivations here that he is definitely trying to find a way to the surface world so that he can attack the humans, and he is going to go through the Iwis to get to the surface world and take over the planet. But that's not all we have, guys. Let's talk a little bit about the ending to Godzilla X Kong and the role that Mothra is going to play in the ending as well. So this is going to spoil the entire ending of the movie and the final battle that's going to take place. Like I said, for me, this doesn't bother me, guys. This actually gets me more hyped about the movie. But if you're one of those people that feel that this is going to be ruined, then just go ahead and click off this video now before I even get into spoilers. But it says this is pretty much picking up towards the final battle, like leading towards the final battle in the beginning of the third act. It says Godzilla and Kong travel back down into the hollow earth to face off against Skar King's army. Mothra plays a support role in the final battle. She helps keep Skar King's ape troop at bay while Godzilla and Kong battle Skar King and Shimo. She fights using her classic wing scale pollen from the Toho movies and webbing to wrap up apes. Right as they clash, the Iwi activate a device that manipulates the gravity, leading to a sequence where Godzilla, Kong, Mothra, and Tsuko battle the army in zero gravity. Most of Skar King's army of apes are taken out here by Mothra and Tsuko, while Kong and Godzilla focus on the two heavy hitters. So yeah, it seems like Mothra is just kind of going to be diffusing the apes and kind of webbing them up until the final battle is over between Skar King, Shimo, Godzilla, and Kong. It says the gravity reactivates and Godzilla, Kong, Skar King, and Shimo fall through a portal that drops them all off in Rio de Janeiro, where the rest of the fight takes place. So I'm going to cut this short there. I'll cover this stuff in other videos leading up to the movie. There's a whole 9-minute fight sequence that is also going to take place in the movie. All right, now this other plot leak, like I said, comes from a Redditor who claims to have access to the plot, but this plot leak was not taken down by Reddit's legal team or any sort of thing like that. So we don't really know for sure if this is real, if this is playing off of the other plot leak that we do know is real and just is breaking it down further and making up lies and kind of filling in the holes. But I don't really think so. This plot leak definitely kind of seems real as well. But this plot leak also talks about Mothra in a deeper level and talks about the scene in which she is actually born. Now, if you've been following my videos, you know that there is going to be a big flashback sequence in Godzilla X Kong, and the scene that I'm talking about now takes place right at the end of this flashback sequence. It says the flashback concludes with the tribe's people pointing towards a glowing temple which they request for Jaya to walk the path of due to her Iwi heritage and connection to the Titans. They ask Jaya to communicate with the divinity, the hope needed against the Skar King's army. Through hesitation, Jaya manages to climb up the mountain and faces a large glowing source. Now it basically says here that Jaya ends up communicating with the source, and that we actually see this source begin to crack, it begins to shatter open, and that we actually see Mothra born in a kind of a bright light from these crystals, and that it was actually a cocoon from Mothra, and that she is encased in sort of a crystal-like cocoon, or a cocoon of crystals, or basically she's in a cocoon and she is born, and we see a big bright light. It says that we see the cracking continuing and a shatter of glass birthing a beam of light which Mothra flies out of. Mothra says that Monarch is there and they are stunned at this. Dr. Andrews exclaims, "Is that?" before the camera cuts to Mothra's glowing figure. Suddenly the temple is attacked by the army of Kongs and Shimo along with Skar King. It says that temples are shattered. It says that Mothra holds off the army, shooting large spears formed from her wings' scales, trapping Skar King and his army within. Shimo, however, escapes. Shimo chases after Monarch and Kong, and then we can kind of go forward into the final battle here, where it also talks about Mothra as well. So guys, we know that Mothra is going to play a big, massive role in this upcoming Godzilla x Kong movie, especially towards the final battle, and especially with her being reborn in this movie from the crystals in the Hollow Earth. But comment down below what you guys think about Mothra's return, about Skar King's motivations to take over the planet and to get through the Hollow Earth to the surface world, and going through the Iwi tribe to do it. What you think about these new developments of the Godzilla x Kong plot? Are you hyped about the movie? Are you hesitant? Whatever you think, comment down below. And for this video, that's all I got, guys. So until the next one, be safe and stay well. Bye-bye.